So, Pulsers, thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a warning about this game. Now, I've been doing a run through this game. I'm up to unlocking these guys, or I've unlocked them. As you progress throughout the game, you unlock the characters by doing certain things in the raid screens. Hit a target 50 times, do stuff like that. It's very straightforward. And it is a lot of fun to unlock them, to get around different combinations and things that you have to do. Things to unlock this one, you've got to do 50 poison or 500 poison on the character. And again, it is difficult, but it's quite fun. But it's not too difficult to the point of you can't do it. At first you hear 500. It basically means get to a boss and offload the poison that one of the others can do to unlock them. It's not that difficult. However, these ones... These are the new ones that have been added in after the update. If I knew how I had to unlock these, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have brought the game. It's the first time I've seen this in a roguelike game. Because other games do have it where you have to unlock characters, and I'm fine with that. But these force you through the campaign. Now, the campaign is not good. It's got a storyline to it. The issue is not the storyline. The issue is, whenever you can complete an entire run of the campaign, you get to see this cool little animated video, and it is cool. Now, you can actually choose to skip the cool little story animation at the end by holding the right mouse bumper, and that's fine. However, in between every single stage and every single fight, the characters talk a lot. Now, for some reason, the developer has decided you cannot skip that dialogue. And that's every single fight. The dialogues are long. So when you first go through the campaign, you'll go through one of these, and I didn't lose once. And again, I'm an average player. I'm not really that good. I'm not trying to brag. Just that's the simplicity of the basic first part of the campaign. Now, the ones they've released with the newer ones, they have these boss fights. And when you get those boss fights, unless you go and look up how to do them, I don't know if there's any actual guides to that as yet. I haven't seen them. I haven't found any if there are. When you die, you have to restart the beginning of the levels. Which means, like all these ones up here, I had no issue with. I think it was one of them I died and I had to restart, but that was about it. When you get up to bosses like this now, you're going to have to restart from the beginning of the fight. Now, when you restart from the beginning of the fight, you have to sit through that dialogue after each fight every single time. And these are, some of them are 2 or 3 fights, others are 4 or 5 fights, and they depends on the level. Different levels have different sizes. That means you're sitting through multiple minutes throughout the game, just click, 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 click on your mouse. It's extremely frustrating, the fact you can't skip any of it. It's annoying and pointless for a campaign that you probably won't want to play. Like I said, some people like campaigns, other people want to do the endless raids. I want to do the endless raids. If I had known this part would be in the game, I would not have bought this game. And I think it's just fair to tell you guys that before you get to this part. I'll show you one of them while I was clicking through. More importantly, on the actual missions, a big flaw with the game is you have a massive RNG element of random cards. If you do not get the right cards to finish this fight against him, you're not going to be able to do it. It doesn't matter your strategy. There's no strategy involved. It is luck pool. So, for instance, there are different builds. You can do rage builds. When you fight him the first time, he dies once and he comes back. When he comes back, if you break his shield, he stacks rage. So the first time I fought him, I had the luck of having a armor piercing attack, which costs 4 mana. I think it's called daggers or something. Costs 4 manas and it pierces attack. And this lady I had with me, she has a rage stack, and so there's the little fire dude with her. So I was lucky enough to have the right cards the first time I played it. So when I went into forums, And there was other people saying this was a really hard fight. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That's because I lucked out with those cards. So I played it a few other times. Now, I did not get those luck cards. The dagger one is a red card, which I think is rare. So it's pure luck that I had the card. Without that card, being able to pierce the attack and being able to stack the rage, without that exact combination, it took me another 8 times. So I understood where people were coming from who have had difficulties with that fight. And it was 8 times of restarting from the very beginning of the fight. Now this one only has a few fights before you go to the boss. Later ones have more. That's what I'm stuck on at the moment, is with a spider lady. Every time you attack her, she gets the next attack. So she starts off with like 1 times 2, then 2 times 2, 30 times 16 was one of the ones I got wrong. Every time you hit her, it stacks your attacks. I haven't figured out how to get around it yet. And that's what these fights are. They're more like puzzles. You need specific cards and specific ways of fighting them. Now for me, I don't mind the puzzle element that much. And like I said, on the T-Rex one, I lucked out. Because I got it straight away because I had that piercing dagger attack. If I didn't have something that pierced, I could have been one of those people that was stuck in it for hours. Now just think about that. You're trying to unlock these cards and you're stuck in a specific fight for hours. Now this one has, I think it's about 4 or 5. So I've died 8 times. So it's 8 times I've had to go back to the beginning of this part of the campaign, episode 4. 8 times I've had to sit through click, 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 click of the dialogue. It's not even the fights as much as annoying me. It's the clicking through the dialogue. It's driving me crazy. To the point of, I don't actually want to complete the rest of this. That's how much it's put me off the game. And it's a pity because I've recorded all the other videos before the update, and I just unlocked these, and it says, oh, go into the campaign to unlock these ones, because I literally, the update just came out as I finished the last video here, and I was like, ah, cool. So it updated, like, generally you start a game with sometimes Steam updates them. Updated just before I loaded in, which was to unlock this dude. I had these 2, and I think these Gramps to unlock this dude. So now I'm stuck in the campaign I don't want to do to unlock the rest of these. I think that's a really, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a stupid idea. I'll be blatant with the developers. I think it's an idiotic idea you've done. Now they're talking about they might do a way around it so you ain't got to go that way through the campaign. The fact that they've done that though, if you are thinking of buying this game, in fact, I'm going to put this video out before I put the runs in, because I haven't even finished edited all the videos yet. I think I've got about 8 or 9. Each of them, some of them an hour long, some of them are 2 hours long. Because this endless running is actually fun. The campaign is not fun because you're just sitting there clicking through dialogue that you don't want to read. And like I said, it has these really cool cartoons, but for some reason you can skip the really cool cartoons that are only at the end of after you've beat the final boss on the chapter. But the endless dialogue you cannot skip. I don't understand that. How you sit there would even come up with that as a concept, because I've never seen that in a card-bound game before. I've never seen them lock half it behind a campaign where you can't skip dialogue. Plus, restarting you from the beginning of the episode, so you've got to do all the small fights beforehand. Small fights are really easy, like they're simplistically easy. Like, it's not fun fighting them again and again, because again, you're just clicking through the cards because you have the cards to pretty much beat the small fights very, very easily. It's just the bosses, and then you've got to restart again. I just thought I'd give you guys the heads up. So there we go. We do click, and then click, and then click, and then click, and then click, 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 click. I want to get onto the fight. That was one of the short ones. But that is every time, and more clicking after a fight. This is a really big problem, and it needs to be skippable. I think quite a few players are just going to be pissed off at this. This is after every single of one of the small fights. Sometimes you get something random, sometimes you won't. And it's just click, 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 click. So every time I do that fight, I'm going to get those 2 potions every single time. I'm going to have that conversation, and every single time I'm going to click, 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 click through it. This is really going to piss people off. I do not understand the decision behind this. It's still just endlessly clicking before I can even get into the fight. If I was you guys and you don't own this game, I'd actually wait until they got that sorted, because it is just going to piss you off. Unless you want to get up to this point in the raids. If you want to get up to this point in the raids and sit through, because unlocking these guys in the endless raids is a lot of fun. Especially like getting the different, you've got to do certain things. Like if, I think it's Snork you unlock first. You have to have him to unlock Boo. You have to have him and Boo on a team to unlock Aquanaut. And the differences in these characters is, and the different teams is actually really good. I think it's a lot of fun, and I can see a lot of people enjoying this part of the game. Just that when you hit this wall and you have to go through the campaigns, like I said with the T-Rex, I lucked out the first time I fought him. I had the right cards in hand. When I went through it the second time, just to see what the other people were talking about, its difficultness, I didn't get those cards. So it took me, I think it's between 8 or 12, I'm not sure. I just remember it being loads of restarts to get cards that could get through it, and yeah, I do not understand that decision. So I just thought I'd chuck this game on chuck this video on a channel to give you guys a heads up before you buy it, because like I said, I've enjoyed unlocking this part up to this part of unlocking this for the campaign, and I'm not sure unless they update it or get a way to get around that part. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to continue through the campaign because I'm not enjoying it at all. It's just endlessly clicking, and I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up. If I could refund the game, I would have done, but I spent way too many hours and a couple of weeks playing it, so I'm not allowed to. It's just a real pity that developers done that. Hopefully they do it so you ain't got to get that way to unlock these, because I really want to play these characters. But locking these characters behind a campaign part of the game, which you can't skip any dialogue. Even if you could just fight the boss and you die and you restart on the same boss, that'd be fine. But because you have to unlock cards on the mini fights beforehand, you can't obviously do that. And like I said, the RNG side of it kind of really sucks. Because if you get the right cards, you win the fight. If you don't get the right cards or right pulls, you're not going to. It's just a real pity. But like I said, I'm honest in my videos, and I do like this game. But if I'd known about this part, I wouldn't go. So hopefully developers take that out. That's it for this video. I just thought I'd let anyone who's thinking about getting this card game that information beforehand. Well, it's up to you. You're right, don't make your own opinion. As always, be Pulsebeetle, thank you for your time. Have a good day. Keep the pulse. Araba.